What is up, boys? My name is Berate, and I'm a Vi player. And being a Vi player means that I enjoy Rushdown. However, the point of Rushdown, while also, getting in your opponent's face and beating the absolute brakes all of them, is also, in counterpart, block strings. Now, Vi has very, very good block strings, and these are just the ones that I've been using in my games. Again, I don't know if these are good. I don't know if these are optimal. I am not any sort of professional player. This is just what I'm using in my games to bully people. I'll be going over the strengths and weaknesses of each of these block strings. I'll go into the mix that you can go in and out of these block strings, and let's just talk about it. So, my main block string with Vi starts with light, light, light. Why do I go light, light, light? Because you get 3 mix-ups out of just light, light, light. So you can do light dash into your throw input. Again, your throw is medium plus heavy, and you can do Vi's throw out of her forward or back S1. So you can do, forward S1 throw, back S1 throw. And this actually tick throws off of her light. So if if a light gets blocked, you get a tick throw like this. However, this works off of her entire light string, which is light, light, light. She can go light, light, light like this, and she can go light, tick throw, light, light, tick throw, and light, 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 tick throw. I don't know why more Vi players aren't using this. This tick throw is absolutely disgusting, and you do actually get a full combo off of it, like you saw, and I mean, come on, you're doing over 60% of their health off of a tick throw if you have 2 bars of meter and Blitzcrank. And again, I do main Vi Blitzcrank. I am of the opinion that Blitzcrank is Vi's best assist, so I'll be going off of that knowledge. Again, let's just go over that tick throw combo. So you hit them with the throw, you hit them with down S2 immediately into your back assist, then after that you can launch them with whatever you want, and then you end it by mashing your super, and if you have a double down or side kick, you can get that combo right there, and that's off of a tick throw, mind you, off of a command grab. However, if they do read that you are going to go for the tick throw, they do have 2 options to get out of it. They can either hold back during the block string, they can jump up and back, so they can jump out of it and, subsequently get a punish on you because they could probably go back in and, hit you during the end lag of your tick throw, or they can tech it as well and just reset neutral. So it's not a true command grab like Blitzcrank's command grab. This is like a techable throw. However, this tick throw is absolutely disgusting because this is absolutely unreactable and you can do it whenever. However, what can you do if you think that they're going to try and commit to a throw tech, or they're going to jump backwards? This is where layer 2 of the block string comes in. You do light, 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 medium, heavy. The reason why you do light, 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 medium, heavy is because there is not enough of a gap in between the 3 lights and the medium for them to actually jump back without getting hit, or for them to actually try and OS a tech, so they still get hit. And again, at any point, you could call in tick throw because light, 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 medium doesn't tick throw. However, if you delay the dash a little bit, you can still get the throw, but this one note is reactable. So at this point, the startup of it is a solid, 20 frames or something like that, because if you want to go from this and then actually have it tick throw, that's going to be about 20 frames of startup. And in case you aren't aware, the threshold for human reaction time is if someone is expecting something is 16 frames. So you can assume that anything that's longer than 16 frames is reactable. So do be careful that instead of this, being something that they actually have to be scared of, this is just a straight up reaction check that they can react to. This one, you're not reacting to this, but you can react to the light, light, medium, heavy tick throw. So just keep that in mind. Also, light, 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 medium, heavy. There's another mix-up within this block string that you can abuse. So oftentimes, what people will try to do is, again, they'll jump back, and what you do against this is they'll eat that. However, if they read the tick throw correctly, right? So they're not trying to jump back, they're not trying to mash. However, they are also just holding block. You can punish them for holding block longer by doing light, 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 medium, charged heavy. Vi's charged heavy is only -4. That's dang near plus. And if you dash out of it, it leaves you plus 11. So if you buffer a dash out of the end lag of a charged heavy, that's plus 22 on block. For a strike throw character like Vi, that is rancid. Because after the dash and your plus, they're going to be blocking probably if they know that this is plus. Like, if they have the feeling that this is plus, they're not going to be sitting there and eating whatever you got to throw at them. They're probably going to block. So you hit them with a forward throw, and if I'm not incredibly mistaken, you can get a combo off of Vi's forward throw like that with Blitzcrank, but the timing is a little bit whack. So if you don't want to just go for a normal throw and you do want to give them a chance to like react to it, you can also, after the plus frames here, just dash in like this and hit them with this command grab, which is infinitely easier to combo off of. However, I do recommend trying to get the normal throw route done just to keep it all unreactable, and just look at the damage still. Again, I am blowing 2 bars a meter for double down here, but I mean, come on, that's over half of their health for a throw, mind you, for a throw. So I do recommend trying to get the throw combo route with Blitzcrank down. I don't even have it that consistent, but still. However, the way that, of course, you get out of a charged heavy is by mashing. And they can react to the charged heavy. However, there's this disgusting thing you can do known as calling in Blitzcrank assist. If they mash, and I'm gonna bring them off of blocking to do this. If they try and mash on this, they get hit by the Blitzcrank assist, and you get a full combo regardless. Now, the scaling on it's a little bit whack because it is off of a crumple state. So the best combo that I found is... I haven't really found the best combo to get off this because I'm not really getting this a lot. But probably I could just go with like one of Vi's like old B&Bs, but that does drop. Again, I'll need to lab this more. The second that I lab the optimal combo off of this, I will be sure to let you guys know, because it is absolutely disgusting. I mean, this is an option, I guess. It's like if you want to hit him with like one of those, that is an option right there. I did drop the combo, but that did do over 50%. You get a lot of damage off of this because the damage scaling on a fully charged heavy is really good. So if you think that your opponent has good reactions and they are going to mash on the charged heavy, all you have to do is simply call out Blitzcrank, and you are not only safe, but you are plus 14 still, if you look at the thing. Or if this just hits raw, it's... I have the bot set to block. Why is the bot not blocking? Hello? Oh, the block set to random, not always. Anyways, if they get hit by this, you're still plus 4. If they get hit by that, you're still plus 4. But if you dash, you're plus 37. I mean, come on. So Vi is absolutely oozing plus frames. And remember, whenever you're plus, it is still your turn, so you still get to go for offense. This is just layer 1 with Vi, by the way. This is layer 1 mix, just on her standard block strings. Let's talk about layer 2. Layer 2 mix is actually involving your dash into your mix. Now, I don't know if this is a bug or not. However, you can cancel out of Vi's dash by pressing light plus medium. If you don't know, light plus medium is the universal dash macro input. So if you press light plus medium, you get a dash. However, if you press light plus medium after forward S1, you're actually out of the stance and you get to just do your normal things. This is probably a bug. So I don't think this is intended. However, you can use that to your advantage if you so choose. I'm not going to go over the options out of this. 1, because I haven't labbed them, because I do think this is a bug. And 2, if you do use bug abuse, Riot Games has been notorious for banning people abusing bugs in their games, whether it be League of Legends, Valorant, TFT, etc. So I don't recommend using this. But if you want to troll your friends if you're in an offline match, that is an option, because you can leave yourself plus. And it's disgusting. You can be instantly plus 8 out of anything. The timing is a little bit tight, but you can be plus 8. But let's go on to actually using the dash the way that the game intended. Now, using this for the command grab is good, but you can also use it to extend your block strings. by quite a large amount. So let's say your opponent is really turtling and they aren't getting opened up by nothing, and for some reason they're just reading your life away on the command grabs, and you just can't open them up. What you can do is you can do light, medium, heavy. So you can do light, medium, heavy, dash up, light, medium, heavy, call in Blitzcrank, light, medium, heavy, dash up, light, medium, heavy. Look at that chip damage. My good lord, let's look at that chip damage again. Medium. So light, medium, heavy, call in call in Blitzcrank, light, medium, heavy, That's like a solid 10% of just chip damage, which again isn't a crazy amount. That isn't a lot, but that really adds up with block strings. However, if you really got an opponent turtling up, command grab is your best option, but it's good to try and go for at least one of these, because you need to knowledge check your opponent. So Vi has a lot of gaps in her strings that can be parried. Vi's parry gaps are what make this character probably bottom tier in my opinion. I don't think Vi is good, because there are a lot of armor gaps. Let's say if you have an invincible reversal like Vi's level 1 or like a Braum DP, there's also a lot of parry gaps. Most notably, there's a gap between this. If you do light, medium, heavy into forward S1 into this, that is not real. They can parry gap that. So this is a knowledge check that you need to bring out early game. So go for this as early as you can in the match to see if they know about the gap. There's actually gaps in between all of these. There isn't a gap between this and this, so this is safe, but there is a gap between the medium and the heavy. So if you do medium into overhead, there is a parry gap there. There's also a parry gap in this. That's why I don't recommend using this for your block strings. What I was doing day one a lot with Vi is I would pop Fury like this, and I would do light, medium, heavy, and then I'd call this in with Blitzcrank, and then do light, medium, heavy, and then I just call this in with Blitzcrank, and just look at the chip damage on that. That is over 50% of their health gone with chip damage. However, something I've noticed is a lot of people know about the parry gap before the last hit, so you can do a bit of a mind game with it. You can do the non-mashed version to try and bait out the parry and then call in Blitzcrank early to keep yourself plus. That is an option that I still do sometimes if I just want to chip out my opponent when I'm in Fury, but the chip damage is not nearly as good on this, you know, like if you're doing the mashed version. So again, that's there, but yeah, so that is another option. However, again, parry gaps. Parry gaps are your worst enemy with Vi, but knowing this, you can bait out parries. And this is sort of level 2, level 3. I don't know what level I'm on of the mix here. This is like level 2, level 3 of the mental stack, which is baiting out parries. If you're up against good opponents, they will try and be abusing the living crap out of those parry gaps. The issue is with parry gaps is you do have to hard read them. No one in their right mind is going to really be reacting to light, medium, heavy, and then dash up light, right? So dash, medium, heavy, forward S1 light. No one is reacting to that. Like Sonic Fox isn't reacting to that. That's 11 frames. Sonic Fox ain't reacting to that. They have to hard read you. So what you can do, and this is really disgusting, you can do light, medium, heavy, dash, don't do anything, bait out the parry, and then just punish them. Because as you know, the recovery frames on the parry are pretty disgusting. You're minus 48 on a whiffed parry. I'll say that again. On a whiffed parry, you are minus 48. And this move comes out in 11 frames. Vi's optimal starter, which is medium, heavy, dash, electric, whatever. That's her optimal starter. If you bait out a parry, you are getting opti punishes. So when I tell you that doing this, right, you're only minus 33. You're minus 33 by whiffing this, and they're minus 49. If we do a little bit of math here, if we go 33 minus 49, you have 16 frames to work with. You have 16 frames to work with, And as I said, Vi's optimal starter is only 11 frame startup, so you're getting opti punishes if you bait this out. So as I said, light, medium, heavy, bait out the parry gap, medium, heavy, and then just hit them with whatever opti you want and you blow them up. And it's even better if you have Fury, because if you look at the last video, I said Vi has a true touch of death combo if she has Fury. It is just a straight up TOD on any character regardless of how much health they have. It TODs Braum. It's disgusting. Anyways, so that's sort of level 2. Level 3 of the mental stack of Vi's pressure is baiting out the parries, because they will come, especially from good players. Parries and also armor gaps as well. If you're up against a character that you know has an invincible reversal, something that you'll know about invincible reversals, about DPs, about Let's Go Justins, right? That's not a Let's Go Justin because it's not a super... You get what I'm trying to say. They're unsafe on block. So if you really want to be cheeky with it, what you can do is you can just block afterwards. You can just do this and hold down back. So you just do light, medium, heavy, hold down back to try and bait it out. Again, it's really, really disgusting. So that's about as far into the mental stack of Vi's pressure that I am going with. Obviously, her main neutral button is just a forward S1 light. That's her neutral. Once I get like Vi's neutral consistent, I will definitely be making a video on that. But I think that as of right now, I got Vi's block strings and her pressure pretty down. So this is a block string that I use a lot in game. So I'll do light, medium, heavy. I'll knowledge check them immediately. If they don't parry this, then I just go for light, command grab here. And by this time, Blitzcrank is normally back because it's a new block string. And then I just hit him with the command grab B and B like this. And then once I launch them up, I just Oki this. Right, so I just jump and then I do a fully charged this. It leaves me plus 14, and then I'm back into whatever command grab I want. Vi's combos have excellent corner carry, so chances are you're going to have your opponent in the corner a lot. So after you end your combo with a super, it's always good to just jump heavy like this. It can be beaten by tech rolling, but if you know that your opponent likes to tech roll all the time, remember throws beat tech rolls. And what did I tell you about Vi's throw? That's right, it is absolutely Bubba busted, because look at the damage. So either way, you're chilling. With all that being said, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have more Vi tech, please feel free to leave them in the description. Not the description, in the comments below. Or tag me on Twitter at BerateValorant. With all that being said, this has been Berate, and remember to brush your teeth today. Because if you're playing 2x KO like I am, you probably haven't. Bye-bye.